Ekusu's strong. But how strong is he, really? Let's get into that. Hello everybody, it's Gabriel! Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a video on Ekusu's full power and how strong is he really. So let's get into it. So to gauge Ekusu's full power, I will be looking at Season 2, Episode 46 and Season 1, Episode 13. So let's quickly get into it. First, I want to go over Season 1, Episode 13 before I head into, like, the big moment that shows Ekusu's true full power. Where we get a little glimpse of his full power in Episode 13 of Season 1. So for those who don't know the episode, a summarization is that Bird is approached by a fan of his first fan actually, by the name of Pina. But there are some vigilante bladers, I'll call them, that want to take him down and knock Bird and Team Persona down a peg. How they do this is trying to humiliate Bird through battle. But Ekusu comes in and absolutely obliterates the vigilante bladers. So that's basically what Season 1 Episode 13 is. Now let me get into my main point of this. One of the main things we hear in this episode is that the 4X system that the vigilante bladers are using is a really shoddy version of the actual 4X system, meaning that it doesn't have the full capacity to actually have full-blown avatars in the same vein that the 4X system does. And we see this pale imitation in Viper Tail's avatar. So yeah, that should be the extent of the 4X system that they made, right? Apparently not. Because in Ekusu's battle, he does activate the 4X system, and it works as it does in the X Tower. And you see like how big Dran's sword is, and how it's basically just like the 4X system in the X Tower. Like, what is this man on to actually, like, keep in mind, earlier I did show you the extent that it had for Viper Tail, a copy of Viper Tail. Even though it was just a copy, it still had like the capacity to actually make a Viper Tail, but it just wasn't as, you know, advanced as the one in the X Tower. But with Dran's sword, you just have like this giant Dran sword that's exactly like the one in X Tower, but they were still so confused on how this was even possible because of the limitations of their 4X system, which honestly, wow. And that's probably just a minor example, but even the fact that Ekusu had the power to break this 4X system. He actually broke the stadium. Sparks were flying, dog. You could see the pure joy you see on his face because of how much he let loose in that battle. Like, sparks were flying. Lightning bolts were striking across the stadium. Like, you could see how much destruction this caused. Now, as for Season 2, Episode 46, I actually done an episode review of that episode, so if you guys want to see my full thoughts on the episode, check out that video on my channel. But I mainly want to talk about the moments where we see Ekusu's power, so let's quickly get into that. One of the first moments I want to talk about is Ekusu straight up having Dran's sword eat up Cerberus Flame's avatar. Like, what are we doing here, Ekusu? Why are you trying to just end the bleeding career of Million Mizu? Like, dog, what are we doing here? Like, even right now, as I'm talking about it, after watching the episode on its first run, I'm still so shocked that that moment actually made it through to the episode. Like, it's not bad or anything. In fact, it got me floored because of how unexpected it was for me to see Ekusu have Dran's sword straight up eat up Cerberus like it was free eats. Like, are you kidding me, dog? Like, not to mention, we saw Cerberus come out of the gates, so he had some power. But Ekusu straight up went nah and just straight up ate him. What are we doing, Ekusu? And the last part of the battle I want to bring up is the fact that bro summoned a black hole like form in the the visuals show that it's like a black hole trying to break Cerberus apart as Draen's sword bursts through Cerberus' flame like it was nobody's business. Wow. Just wow, Ekusu. Like, I don't think I even need to explain myself on how jaw-dropping that was. I mean, seeing the animators make Ekusu's burst like a black hole trying to rip Cerberus' flame apart and then having Draen's sword burst through Cerberus' flame like it was nobody's business. Bro took rip and tear straight to its core. Bro just ripped and teared straight through Cerberus like it was just a piece of paper. Like, wow. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Tune in next time. Goodbye, folks!